But I'm going to tell a story time. And just know I'm kind of sick right now, and I'm doing much better. So, you know, and the reason why I haven't making a lot of videos lately is because I'm just getting my voice and all that, and me sniffing and stuff, making my and when I started coughing, my voice got weakened and I started talking so weird, and then I was getting lightheaded because I could barely breathe from all the coughing and my stuff up nose. So now that my coughs and are not doing anything to me, rather than just letting me cough out a lot. But anyway, so let's get into the story. Now, this is not from my point of view. This is from my friend's point of view. Um, but but overall, this is both of ours combined. So so what we said. Let's get to this. So okay, let's go ahead and get to it. So it's the middle of the night, and it this happened. Oh, okay. Alright. This happened in 5th grade when I started my old channel, and this and the following pursuits with the text messages I was getting from my friend. So on a Tuesday night, I was in bed and I was ready to go to sleep, and I get a text from a friend. I was like, okay, weird, because my friend doesn't really text at this time. So I get on my phone and I start texting him, and he's like, yo, dude, I'm getting sick, and my parents are still making me come to school, and and he asked me, do I have any leftover like cough drops or any leftover or any like throat pain stuff. And I was like, sure, I was like, yeah, I got some left over, and I could just go to school and just and help you take them. And the reason why I said I'm gonna help you take them because the stuff that he used are kind of is, let's just say, a lot different from the way how me and my family use these, because in his family, um, coughing and coughing and a sore throat. No, coughing in in his family, are really like just a huge deal and stuff. And they treated it as it was like a disease or a affection for some reason. I don't know why, but they would usually make him take these like pills and and all this, like a whole bunch of stuff for these coughs, right? While on my side, which is we just use cough drops. Now, if you don't know what cough drops are, they're like these little things that you put in your mouth, and you know what she said. Yeah, you put in your mouth, and it comes like variety of colors and different tastes. Because the ones we had before kind of tasted horrible, but yeah, we had to put it in your mouth, and then you don't swallow it. I mean, you don't swallow, and she said again, but you don't swallow. What else what he said? But you don't swallow out of it, and you just keep it, and you just move it around. But it does kind of slightly like burns and kind of dries up in your mouth, so you do have to keep moving around. But it'll weaken your coughs and stuff. You still will cough, but it weakens it, or it just completely just annihilates since you get you won't be able to you won't be coughing again, probably until you get a common cold or so. I don't know, but it's a weird way of how these things work. And then sore throats, his family makes him take like, again, pills and stuff. As we just use this thing where we had to shake up the bottle and we had to spray. And there you go, just good. So we get to school, and I brought like a bag we had the cough drops and I had the bottle, and I told him here, this how you use it. I telling him and all that. We crack a little bit of jokes as we do the process, and then in the middle of the day when we start changing to our English class, not English, but our math class. Oh, god darn it. Our math section. The teacher sees he has these little candy looking things, but they're cough drops. And he has 12 of them. So the teacher walks over and she's like, "Give me them." And he's like, "Give you what?" And he's like, "Those right there." And he looks and he sees that one of the little cough drops wrappers are sticking out, and he's like, "Oh, you talking about these? These are cough drops." And she's like, "Oh, right." And just takes them and then just set them on her table. And he's just like, "Don't let me catch you eating again in my class." And he goes, he goes, "No, those are for me. Those for my coughs, those are cough drops." And she's like, "Shut up and just do your work." And he's like, "No, give those back. I need those." And she's like, "Whatever. The only reason why you need them right now is because you want to eat them." And he goes, "No, actually, if you look at them, there are cough drops. Cough drops." And she bring it up one more time, and I had to send it to the office. So it's how about we both go to the office, and let's make you look dumb, okay? And she's like, "What did you say?" I'm over here holding my mouth and stuff. I'm dying of laughter in the inside, cause he's literally going he's going a little bit too far over these darn cough drops that I gave him. So I was like, "Yo, chill. Ain't no big diggy. I still have some more." And he's like, "No, I already have too much, and you're helping me, but I'm gonna help myself, and I'm gonna need those back." And I realized why he need those so bad, and I was like, oh crap. Yo, you didn't tell me about this. And sooner or later I found out why. I'm sorry for running around the whole ship. It's just trying to tell a story. But I found out why. So apparently he's coughing really hard to the point it's actually hurting his throat. And and literally every time he coughs to the point that he can barely breathe. How I am. And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, we need to get you the cough drops back." So I started, helping him. I started defending him, and then she's like, "Both of y'all come to the office now." So we get formed to a line, and we go to the office, and literally the teacher didn't even get another teacher to watch our class. So we just basically just have this whole entire class just go to the darn office, and then she gets an administrator to take her class back, and it's me and this teacher and my friend, and the principal is like, "So y'all guys are fighting to get back y'all candy?" And so I was like, and he goes, "No, it's not candy. It's actually cough drops that she keep on holding, and we can't get them back, and my condition is very serious to the point I need them." And then he starts coughing, and in one cough just made the principal tell the teacher to give back the cough drops, because he literally like, coughed so hard. He literally just he bent over on the table and started holding his stomach, and the teacher is like, whatever, he's just faking it and all that, and this is so funny. The principal goes and goes, if the principal goes, now listen, if he's not faking it and he's actually this bad in condition, and you're not trying to listen to him, just know you will be taking a low cut, or maybe even get fired. And the teacher gets scared and goes, okay, like, dang, I'll help him and stuff. Just know if I do help him, will I keep my job and keep my pay? And she goes, yeah, of course. And and she goes, all right, get back to class. And the teacher just a spot, just look at us, look at both of us, just so mad that she just literally got proved wrong so hard. But who cares? Like, she literally almost maybe wastes 12 of my cough drops, which is just kind of a little bit, just, it's a little bit cheap, but it's still good. But it's still kind of expensive. Like, it just depends on what cough drop you're buying. And the reason why I built this all is because, fun reasons, and also want to level up some stuff, so I thought this all maybe be level up. But overall, we're doing some. Overall, we were just in class doing our work. So the next day, just doing work again, and then like 2 weeks later, he gets like very sick. Like, he is so sick that he'll like skip some days but still come to school. But I'm like telling this guy not to come to school, and just just don't worry about it. Just have a doctor's note. But he actually just cares about his education, and seeing he just cares about it so much. But I'm like, yo, seriously, you're Disney, you're really just out of shape right now, and you're in bad condition, so just stay home. And he like, no, like, I want to learn some stuff. And I was like, how about I tell you something? It's like, no, how about, like, what if you like forget? And I'm like, I won't forget, just stay home. And he comes to school, right? And his teacher, the teacher is giving out some treats and stuff to everyone, and he gets a treat, but he don't eat it, because guess what? The reason why he don't eat it is because, for one, he had an upset stomach. He was vomiting. Vomiting a lot. Like, why was I vomiting? But yeah, he was throwing up and stuff, and he kept sneezing. Like, I remember one time, like, we have an hour each section, right? This dude would like sneeze 5 to 8 times each section. It was funny because everyone would because every time this dude would sneeze, like, everyone would just, because our class, since 5th grade is so bad, and it's so horrible, they just make some dumb faces every time he sneezes, and it's so funny. Even some random boy just goes, huh? Like, I I'll never forget that the door facing boy did. It's just stupid how he turns his right and he goes, huh? Like, and I'm not making a face, but rather the noise he made. That would kill me the most too. The noise he made is just so stupid. Mm, Jesus, I like who goes, huh? Like, just stupid. Which is why it's, which is why I literally just cannot at sometimes when I hear sounds like that. But anyway, so uh one day, wait, hold on, got down there, I lost track because I kind of laughed. Oh yeah, so so as I say, the teacher gives all these treats. Say we go to lunch, right? And so we go to lunch, and he's in lunch line, and he says, he's not gonna eat anything, so he's gonna skip lunch. But the people said no, like you have to get a lunch tray and everything, and then put in your number. And he was like, okay, but I'm just gonna give it to someone else. So he goes, get a lunch tray, put some stuff on there, and punch in the numbers, and then just goes out. We go to the table, and we're about to, and, we're about to eat our lunch, and he goes and he calls on random people and say like, do you want this, want that, and all that. People start taking stuff from his tray, right? And one of the teachers just notices, and she goes, hey, like, there's no sharing food and all that, like, give that boy stuff back. And like everyone that had his stuff just went back and gave it to him and gave all his stuff back they had on that tray. And he's like, I'm not gonna eat it. And I put it on the tray, on the trash. And the teacher goes, no, you have to eat it. Like, eat it. Like, I was like, what's like, if you don't want to eat it, you don't want to eat it. Like, seriously. I know what it feels to have an upset stomach. I know how it feels because so on some days, still to this day, I still get upset stomachs. But like, I know how it feels. So he's like, I'm like, ma'am, he has an upset stomach. He can't eat anything, and if he eats anything, he gonna throw up probably or even puke. Just we don't want that. So please just let him like give it to some other person, or even throw it in the trash. Like, I don't know, but he can't eat it. And she tells me to shut up. And like just like she said, she says shut up. And she said it so hard and like so aggressive that like other students turn at her and like look at her dumbfounded and go. And one of the students goes, but. But like all he said was just that, and you don't have to, all y'all just say was be quiet. Like, don't y'all just say it like that. And I'm like, thank you. And she says, both of y'all shut up. And I had put my hands on my head, and the kid and the other person was like scratching his head like this, just going like, this teacher can be. And in the 5th grade, like these students will get on you. If you're a teacher and you're like aggressive at times, just know you won't make it through easily because you're a teacher. These kids in the 5th grade will literally just say some bad and mean things about you. Like, the kid had his hands in his head. He said, it was scratching his head. He said, this teacher could be a B word at times. Like, I'm about to get on her. I'm like, oh no. But she turns back and says, you have to eat it. And he says, I have an upset stomach. Like, what part you don't understand? And She goes, well, if you don't eat it, then, you know, I didn't get to hear it at all because at the time now, when I was, doing this, I wasn't even focusing on what she was saying, rather than, I was so mad, and I was getting mad and triggered that she would literally say something to me like that. Just tell me shut up like that. And then, like, all I know is that my friend put his hands on my shoulder, gets up, and just walks to the office, and like, I was like, wait, what the? Did the teacher literally made him go to the office because he wouldn't eat his food? Like, what? Like, what's the problem of someone not eating their food? What, you cost a lot of what? It costs a lot of money, or there's some healthy nutrition that's gonna help him if he ate it, or you know, was he gonna get like a reward? Like what on the earth was he used to like what on earth? Like what on earth? Like why you don't want him to literally like give his food to someone else or throw it in the trash? Just let him do that. Let him just give his food to someone else because he has an upset stomach. So anyway, like so he goes and just now, I'm gonna tell his side story. Now, so apparently, he went up to the office and he said, he said, I can't share my food, or I can't even throw my food in the trash. I have an upset stomach. I've been sick all this week and all other days, and I can't really do my stuff and not get any worse. So I'm like, dang, like that's sad that will even do that. Hey, Ozzy. But then the guidance counselor came in and heard this and said, "What teacher is like who? What teacher is it?" And he goes, "Just play some Warframe. That's all I'm doing. Just playing some Warframe. Just thinking about what I'm gonna do, either relic farm or void trace. I'll do a void trace farm." But anyway, but I don't know why. I don't know why you would be jealous right now. I'm not using Necros. The world. Where on earth are you? Where on earth do you see a Necros? Like, I don't see a Necros anywhere. That's not a Necros. This is a Nightwave, and this is back where? The hell, Necros behind me? What the I don't see no damn Necros. Talk about. Really? You gonna talk about type? Just to let you know, white and black are different. White and black are really different. Look at that. That what? Okay, hold on. Let me just come in here. That does not. Oh my! You're an idiot and retarded. Just get out the chat. They don't even look the same. Come on, man. I would have stand it. Like this still doesn't look the same. Talking about the goddamn, talking about the goddamn Nakaros and crap. White and yellow are different. Oh man, because we got a dark screen. Man, got dark screen. I'm over here looking around like, where's Nakaros? Cause I only see Titania. Nakaros is white and black, not yellow and black. What am I trying to say? Before I have to look around for a darn Necros to find out that literally was just. And plus, I'm sick, and I'm trying so hard not to cough at random moments. Because I'm trying to tell a story, but I can't really do that simply, can't I? Anyway, so the guidance counselor walks with my friend back down to the cafeteria, and he points to the teacher, and the guidance counselor, sure, go ahead and join me. And the guidance counselor I was like, her? And he goes, yeah, she won't let me share my food or even throw the trash or throw my food in the trash. So fair enough. She goes and talks to the teacher, and the teacher's like, oh yeah, he won't eat his food and all that, and and I didn't get to, and I didn't get to, and he didn't get to hear, anything else. But the guidance counselor is just, dealing with it. And I did say that you could join Aussie. Anyway, like I've been said, you could join. Because I'm trying to hurry up with the story. But the guidance was like, yeah, he was like, yeah, he won't eat. I mean, not the guidance counselor, the teacher. He won't eat his food and all that. And the guidance counselor goes after like the teacher's speech. She goes and say, the student can share their food whatever they want. They can throw the food in the trash if they want. If they're not hungry or they have an upset stomach or anything like that, they really can't eat the food if they have an upset stomach. So they can share the food with someone. Or if they don't feel like eating, they can do the same, or you throw the food in the trash. But just know they don't have to eat it all the time. And the teacher is like, well, I just want him to eat his food because, we're wasting, it's like, basically, and she says, basically, we're wasting our money and fruit products to just sell the children for free now that they don't have to pay for it anymore. And I'm like so why? If y'all truly don't like wasting your money on all this stuff, then what's the point? Cause what's the point of even buying the things when y'all can just get a whole full supply of it? Like what? You don't have to buy anything, rather to get the whole supply and all of that. So anyway, after they get done talking, they just get back. The teacher just. I seriously hate this Dr. headset when every time it disconnects, because like the cord just comes out at random times, and I can tell. What?
I have the coronavirus.
Oh my god, can I just tell the story?
Go, I'm sorry.
Damn. Anyway. So, the teacher, still can't accept defeat. He goes, sits down, and tells you, get the food again, that, he can now share it. And she brings out this tray, and says, you're gonna eat the food. And he goes, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not gonna be stupid enough to eat the food because the teacher is telling me so. Like, no, I'm not gonna eat the food. Like, you're dumb if you think I'm gonna eat the food. And she's like, excuse me, I'm a teacher and I'm an adult. You must listen and follow whatever, and do whatever I say. So, and plus, you're a little kid, and I have more authority over you. I'm like, okay, this sounds like an actual like police officer talking to another child. Like, what? This is the stupidest thing I'm hearing. Like, and let me tell you, this is the most embarrassing thing I I've ever seen happen. Like when I first saw it happen, I thought he wasn't my friend. Like that's how embarrassing it was. And let me tell you, no, like no kidding. This guy is like, okay, fine. You want me to eat the food? Fine, I'll eat it, and I'm puke on you as well. And I was like, what the? No, you better not. So he picks up the fork. His hand is shaking because he already knows that he's about to puke and throw up. So his hand is shaking. He picks up the food and just to make matters worse, he's a he has no he is allergic to some food, but just know he is actually kind of allergic to seafood, which is which is there was uh giving us seafood today on the day. So yeah. So not only did he, really kind of puke and throw up, the teacher also got sued because just know he do cough out a little bit of his own blood. So yeah, you can really tell that this story is really kind of disgusting. So he eats the seafood, which is they are chopped up, and you can use a fork if you want to, but he picks up the seafood, eat it, one bite, and it only took one piece of the goddamn food, and it just and he drops the fork when it hits the ground, and he's like holding his stomach, and he's like, and as he's doing that, the teacher is like, "What is you doing?" And he gets up, he's standing, and he's like, and he's doing like this. He's trying to, he's like, it's so hard not to throw up like he's trying to say it, but it's so funny. So I'm gonna try do what he did. He's like, get ready to get vomit on. He just he throws up on the darn teacher, and the teacher clothes gets just get drenched in all this darn throw. The funny part is he looks up as he's doing it, and he's like blinking so much. He goes, he's like, you're ready to throw up. It's so funny to just see that. It's like Kevin Hart when he's I seen on his story times of his friend at like this water place, and the funny part was he was telling the audience about how his friend pops up, and he's so scared he just like keeps on blinking, like he keeps on blinking, like basically that's what he kept doing. He just keeps blinking when he was saying it. But after throwing up on the teacher, everyone, like the whole entire cafeteria, just goes silent. And just to let you know, just to let you know, no students, which like barely any students, was just right beside us, right? 4 kids, because it was my friends and his friends, and they was just sitting. And when they saw what was about to happen, all of them just jumped out the seats and just hit the floor quickly. Me, on the other hand, I'm calmly just sitting beside him as he's about to throw up because I know what this kid's about to do. Hmm? Hmm? Some chicken nuggets and fries. It's just no. I'm trying not to cough so hard because my throat is gonna hurt. So just know that. I'm literally trying so hard, like I want to cough right now.
Yo, I'm sad.
But
Huh?
anyway, I'll talk to you after this live stream. But here comes the end of it, end of it all. So the teacher, in disbelief, says something, but I wasn't even listening to the teacher, and my friend didn't even get to hear it. Also, because apparently he kind of passed out after throwing up so hard. So I don't know, but me on the other hand, I'm like on the floor dying, and I was crying, and I was just on the floor, I'm over here just hitting the floor and punching it because I'm dying. Like, I'm trying to just survive. I'm trying to breathe, and that's when my first snort ever happened too. My first snort ever happened when I was in the fifth grade, trying to catch my breath, and just after laughing so hard, I'm just remembering on the floor, just beating the crap out the floor, and just snorting like a darn pig. Like, my third snort was just so loud that the people who heard it just started dying, and instead of a pig, it was a boar. That's how funny it was to the people. So after all of this, the teacher, the teacher who made my friend eat the food, sued. She got banned from all schools. Just knows that. She got run out of every darn school, and also, just know, last year and this year, I heard that she's now like living, like she changed states too, and she's living somewhere around Texas. So, like, dang, like, you living in Texas now? Like, okay, all right. Just know you're about to die for you're about to die for just moving states like that. I'm just kidding. The reason why I would say that because to be honest, why did I even take that as a joke? Why did I make a joke out of that? Now I'm about to meet the devil when I die. Because just know like last year wasn't recently, but last year some parents and their kids were just moving to a different state, and they don't know how they died. Not yet. To this day, they don't know how to die. Like, literally, it's like a mystery how they died. All you know, they're crossing states and all that. Just out of nowhere, when they get to the airport, like, there were these passengers who just literally look like they're sleeping, and they they uh they took him into the hospital because they thought, they got knocked out or passed out, so from flight, because the heights, and apparently they died. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, like, enough being said, like, it's kind of harsh, and to be honest, to be honest, let's just say in the future, that's gonna be that's gonna be that's gonna be Super Mario. I mean, it's Super Luigi Logan right there. And I'm sorry for all the people who like Super Luigi Logan. I'm so sorry. I just had to say the joke. Like, I like him as well, but like, there was an opening gap, and there's a missing joke that I didn't put in, so I had to fill in the gap with the joke. Anyway, I'm going to I didn't even get to see the text. I can stop the stream and talk to a friend and play with him. So talk to y'all later. And this is not bad.